More than 700,000 Russian men have left the country since the mobilization was announced. This was stated by Forbes, citing sources close to the Kremlin. The most popular destinations were Kazakhstan and Georgia. On the Russian streets, the hunting season for potential soldiers is in full swing.
Police stop young people right on the street.
Summons to the military enlistment office have become an organic part of the Kremlin's repressive policy. So, in St. Petersburg, summonses were issued to 2 opposition deputies right during public hearings.
Please come and get the summons.
They were not the only men in the room, but the reason for their choice is obvious. Anyone can get a ticket for a war against Ukraine. Neither law nor common sense works here. A 44-year-old citizen with oncology was mobilized in Magadan.
He had a document from the oncology dispensary stating that he had a final diagnosis, oncology of the 2nd stage.
The very thought of being at the front line becomes fatal for some people. According to the DOXA magazine, 9 deaths of mobilized soldiers have already been recorded, of which 3 were suicides. Another issue is the material support of the army.
How to put on these food clothes? It's 21st century, and we are in what grandfathers fought in World War II.
In the Omsk region, the mobilized recorded a video message to the authorities with a question about one-time payments to help their families. The governor replied that there were no funds, but they would look for a solution. Solutions have already been found on Sakhalin. The relatives of the mobilized will be given 5 kilograms of frozen fish per family free of charge. Another problem faced by the residents of Russia is complete legal illiteracy. These are protests against mobilization in Dagestan.
I would look at you if your child was there.
As a result of the protests, the security forces have opened at least 30 criminal cases. At the same time, all residents of Dagestan have every right to demand alternative civilian service. Indeed, according to the laws of the Federation, all the peoples living in Dagestan are recognized as indigenous and small-numbered peoples. The only thing is that the people themselves don't know this, the experts say.
Violations are really massive. The district military commissar cannot be guided by the words of Shoigu. He is guided by regulatory documents. He opens Putin's decree. He opens the law on mobilization, which says that in accordance with this decree, anyone in the reserve can be called up. And in the reserve we have almost all men up to 50 years old, with the rank of private, and up to 60 years old if a junior officer. Sergei Krivenko, head of the NGO Citizen Army Law, in an interview with Current Time.
Russia has launched its first criminal case for evading military service. A 32-year-old resident of Penza was detained by security forces after he refused to sign a summons to the military enlistment office. The only thing is that the article he is charged with applies exclusively for conscripts.
I want to wish you good service.
The mobilization killed the hopes of the prisoners to get to the front line, so now they are asking to go there. In Butyrka prison, statements that they want to go to war were written by life-sentenced killers, terrorists and leaders of organized criminal groups. In Novosibirsk, an advertisement for Wagner private military company appeared on minibuses, so the prisoners have hope. The mobilized Russians, in order not to die ingloriously in a foreign land, surrender to Ukrainian captivity.
On September 21st of this year, I received a summons, passed a medical examination, and then was sent to the unit. On September 25th, I was already in Ukraine. Before going to the medical board, I googled how to surrender, so as not to be killed.
Andriy Yusov, a representative of the military intelligence of Ukraine, noted that over the past few weeks alone, the hotlines of the I Want to Leave project have already received more than 2,000 appeals from the Russian military. And in social networks, the Russians are asking to open additional hotline numbers. Reported by Sergei Kulias, Yulia Agranovska, UATV News.